Hi everyone, this is Lucas from Infinite Peripherals, and today we're going to be going over printing with Quantum Browser. So, on the left side of your screen, you can see what is essentially just like a super slimmed down version of the same demo HTML page that you get when you open Quantum Browser. So all of the other functions are stripped out. We just have these three kind of printer ones just for simplicity. So if I go into the HTML page, you can see just these three. And then on the JavaScript side, we have just some code to open and close this output box right here, and a function to print out a little demo receipt. And that's going to be what we're working with. So for the purposes of this demo, we're going to be using Bluetooth to connect to the printer. I have a DPP 450, which is a 4-inch printer in front of me right now. That comes in Wi-Fi too, but we'll be using Bluetooth today. And there are two different ways that you can connect to this printer. The first and easier of the two would be using iOS's onboard Bluetooth, and then the second one, which we'll be going after, or we'll be going over after, will be using the Bluetooth that's on your IPC device. Now, not every IPC device has Bluetooth, so you'll have to check your manual to make sure that your model has that enabled if that's the route you want to go to. But let me go into iOS settings real quick and explain to you why this is just a bit easier than its other alternative. So you'll see when I search Bluetooth, I see my IPC DPP 450 right here. So if I click that to go pair, it says connected, and I'm good to go. So the reason that this is easier is when I open Quantum Browser, and you can't see it right now, and I can't really show it to you with the camera either, but what happened when I opened this is that my printer just woke up, and on the little panel, the LCD panel, it says BTH to denote that it is now connected to a device via Bluetooth. Now that happened automatically because when I opened the app and the SDK checked iOS Bluetooth to see if there was any devices that were compatible that it could connect to, and it saw the printer, it automatically initiated that connection. So nowhere in this code on the right side do I need to actually initiate a connection or anything like that. It's all automatic, which is why this is a tad easier than the alternative. And you'll see when I click print receipt, so print receipt does this print receipt function call right here, and it'll print this guy out right here. It kind of automatically prints that, and nowhere in my code did I have to connect or use a Bluetooth address or anything like that. So I'll switch over the camera so you can kind of see what happened. But you'll see that it's not aligned with my receipt paper because it's flush to the middle, and I did that on purpose so that we can kind of go over how to fix this, but there you go. So real quick, let's go over this print receipt function. You'll see that we have three different calls. There's print text, feed paper, and print barcode. Now, this is pretty straightforward. Each call of print text is just printing a line of text. This is handling the barcode that shows up at the bottom of the receipt, and then feed paper, as I mouse over it, will add space in between each of these calls. So we pass in 5, and that corresponds to millimeters, and then you'll see on the bottom we pass in 0, which is essentially kind of a default for the amount that you need in between receipts. So if we were using a receipt paper printer, this gives us the space to kind of tear off the receipt and get ready for the next print. And then let's go into the library, and then you'll see this is the printer class right here, class printer, and above the print text function and then also above the print barcode function, you'll see a list of settings and commands to kind of modify your barcodes and text, and they're done a little bit differently. On the barcode side, we take in an argument of an object. So this settings object, we can pass in, an alignment modifier, height, HRI position, and that goes into this argument right here. And then if you look on the text function, what we're going to do is we're actually going to append these little settings guys into the beginning of each of these lines. So what we're going to do is copy this. So this is center text aligning. And if you remember from the receipt, our receipt paper is in the middle of this 4-inch printer, but it's 2-inch paper, so all the printing is off. So what we're going to do is we're going to center that text. I'm going to copy that, come into here, and then paste this in the beginning of each of these strings. So paste, paste, paste. Get it in all of them. And then when we want to center the barcode, like I said before, it's a bit different. So we're going to pass in a settings object. So what we're going to do is go down to the barcode. You'll see this is just the failure function. So I'm going to add in an argument. It's going to be an object. And we're going to set the align property to QBrowser.align.center. Okay. And then maybe just for some added flair, we can, I don't know, mess around with some bold and maybe change the font size. So to do bold, we add +B. So I'm going to do that, I guess on the front one, or the beginning. So I'll go +B. And then to change font size, you follow this kind of equals F and then a number. So I'm going to do 1 to make it smaller than the other ones, and I'm just going to do it on maybe this guy. So we'll go equals F1. And I'm going to save that, recompile it, give it a second. Okay, so like I said before, because we're connected with iOS Bluetooth, it is automatically paired. I don't have to do anything. And then when I click print receipt, let me switch over to the camera to show you. We now have a receipt that is properly lined up. So, kind of hard to tell, but the first line is now bolded. All of the text is centered. The barcode is centered. And then that little comment at the end, "Thank you for dining with us," is now a smaller font size. Okay. So that was a bit about how to print with Quantum Browser. We just used a couple different kind of basic functions to show you how to print a receipt. What I'm going to go over in the next video is a couple other ways that you can connect to your Bluetooth printer. But until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.